Good morning. Today, welcome to zoology class. Today the topic is Coelenterata. Okay, its general character. First, we'll learn coelentrates are metazoan multicellular animals. These have tissue grade of organization. Means first time tissues are formed in this phylum. Earlier in protozoa they are unicellular. In porifera, group of cells together in this tissues are formed in coelenterata. Okay, these are aquatic animals except hydra, all are marine. These are solitary, colonial, sedentary, free living animals. They have radial or bilateral symmetry. Two types of individuals are seen. Polyp is an asexual form and medusa is a sexual form, and it is also free swimming. Zooids, small animals in a colony. Depending on the function, the nature of zooid changes, thus shows polymorphism. Diploblastic body wall with two cellular layers. Diploblastic means two layers, ectodome and endodome. In between, gelatinous mesoglea is present. Okay. Inner endoderm is called gastrodermis. Body layers are with a special nematocyst. More in tentacles. Okay, these are stinging cells useful for killing and protection of predator. Okay, next, these are acoelomate organisms, means coelom is absent. Digestive system is incomplete. Anus being absent, and mouth for ingestion and egestion. Digestion is intra and extracellular. Okay, mouth is with small thin tentacles which are useful for food capture, ingestion, locomotion and protection. Gastrovascular cavity is often branched. It opens outside through mouth. Okay. Next, respiratory, circulatory and excretory systems are absent. All these three are carried by simple diffusion. Okay. Muscular system of epithelio, endothelio, muscle cells are present. Independent fibers are present in mesoglea. Nerve nets of synaptic or non-synaptic pattern with diffuse conduction. Sense organs are simple or complicated. Some are with ocelli and statocysts. Okay, ocelli are for seeing and statocysts are for smelling. Tasting. Next, asexual reproduction is by budding or binary fission. Sexual reproduction by gametes. Sexual forms are monoecious or dioecious. Development exhibits planula larva. Okay, sorry for the disturbance, sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, planula larva is a free swimming ciliated larva. Life cycle with alternation of generation with polyp and medusa. Classification of coelenterata. There are three classes: hydrozoa, scyphozoa and anthozoa. Hydrozoa contains solitary or colonial polyp and medusoid forms, radial symmetry, Ectodermis, mesoglea and gastrodermis are present. Gastrocele is spacious. Cnidoblasts are absent. Body has thick perisarc. In some animals, this is very solid and called coral. Polymorphism is seen. Alternation of generation. Sex cells are formed from ectoderm. Fertilization is external. Cleavage is holoblastic. Planula larva. Okay, it has 5 orders. Example: Hydra, Bougainvillea, Millipura, Physalia, Velella, Porpita, Polystemma. Here some of the diagrams: Physalia, Physalis, Millipura. Pink hearted hydroids. Okay. Next is Scyphozoa. These are solitary medusoid. Medusa, umbrella or bell shaped with or without stalk. Gastrocele has gastrofibers, gonads and bifurcated into 4 radial septa with tetraradial symmetry. Umbrella structure is with more mesoglea. True velum is wanting. Actually, not wanting. Actually, these animals have velum, which is very much reduced. Okay, it is true velum only, but it is very much reduced. Animal end with lappets. Extra umbrella surface has median manubrium. Sex cells derive from gastrodermis and release gametes into gastrocele. It is a monoecious. It also has 5 orders. Example: Rhizostoma, Aurelia, Periphylla, Cassiopeia, Lucinaria, etc. See, Aurelia aurata and lion's mane jelly, Evenomous Scyphozoan. Okay, next Anthozoa, solitary or colonial, polyploid marine forms. Hexamerus, Octomerus. Hexa means 6, octo means 8, poly means many, biradial or radio bilateral symmetric animals. Anterior region becomes wide to form oral disc to accommodate tentacles. Mesoglea with tissue. Gastrocele has septa formed by mesenteries. Epidermis secretes test of calcium carbonate or horny material. Inner side of mesentery has cnidoblasts. Gonads derive from gastrodermis and developed from mesentery. Gametes are released into gastrocele. Fertilization is external. Life cycle includes planula larva. It includes 6,100 genera, 2 subclasses and 11 orders. Example: Pennatula, Metridium, Fungia, Adamsia, Madrepora, Madrerina, Gorgonia, Alcyonium, Tubipora, etc. Tubipora musica, see Metridium, Thalia, anemone. Okay. Next. Okay. So, Obelia type study. Sorry for the disturbance, inconvenience. Obelia is a sedentary colonial marine cnidarian which grows upright in a branching tree-like form and has several specialized feeding reproductive polyps. It is also called as sea fur and exists in both asexual sessile polyploid stage and sexual free swimming medusoid phase. The common species of Obelia are Obelia geniculata, Obelia longissima, Obelia dichotoma, Obelia bidentata. Habit and habitat. Obelia is cosmopolitan, means present all over the world, okay, except being in high Arctic and Antarctic seas. They grow in shallow water, in interradial rock pools, and are usually found up to 80 to 100 meters of depth from water surface. The Medusa stage of Obelia species are commonly found in coastal and offshore planktons around the world. Okay, all this wooden pilling, no need of reading. Okay, see the diagram of Obelia. This is the structure of Obelia. The morphology. Obelia is a very small marine hydroid. Looks like a small branching tree. See, in this you have seen, see, small branching tree like structure. Okay, exhibiting whitish or brown color. The height of Obelia varies from 2 centimeters or more. The body of Obelia consists of two kinds of filaments: horizontal hydrorhiza and vertical hydrocalyculus. Hydrorhiza, root of a hydroid. Hydrorhiza is the basal part of the colony, consisting of tubular processes called stolons. It encrusts over the surface of substratum and helps in the attachment of the colony. Hydrocalyx, stem of hydroid. A few small vertical filaments 2 to 3 centimeter long arise from hydrorhizas. These are called hydrocolli. Each hydrocalyx branches alternately, each of which terminates into a polyp. The polyps collectively are termed as zooids. These zooids are nutritive in function and help in feeding. These are called gastrozooids. The axils of proximal branches bear cylindrical reproductive zooids. These are termed as gastrozooids, blastozoids, or blastocysts. Okay. See, in this diagram you can see very clearly tentacles here on the top, and the total that part is called hydranth, medusa, bird, hydrocalyx. The outer layer is perisarc, and that complete one is gonangium. Okay. The whole colony of Obelia, hydrorhiza, hydrocalyx, and zooids contain living tissue called coenochyme or coenosarc. This coenosarc is diploblastic, means comprising two layers, outer epidermis and inner gastrodermis. A middle non-cellular layer of mesoglia is present in between epidermis and gastrodermis. A narrow canal called coenosarcal canal runs through whole colony of Obelia, which is continuous with the gastrovascular cavity of the zooids. The continuity of canal system helps to transport the digested food throughout the colony. The epidermis is thin and made up of typical cells of Cnidaria. These includes epitheliomuscular cells, mucus secreting cells, interstitial cells, nerve cells, and nematoblasts. The nematocysts are bistriatrous, okay, or trisorhizas. These consist of oval capsule and a long thread bearing spines and open at the tip. Gastrodermis. It forms the lining of gastrovascular cavity and consists of endotheliomuscular cells, nutritive cells, gland cells, and nerve cells. protective covering, perisarc. Entire colony of Obelia is surrounded by a protective covering, that is perisarc, which is non-cellular, tough, transparent, yellowish brown, cuticular in nature and is called perisarc or periderm. It makes the vertical part of the colony firm and rigid. Perisarc is secreted by epidermis and is separated from the coenosarc by thin fluid filled space. However, the coenosarc and perisarc are in contact, making the colony more rigid. At some points, the perisarc is arranged in flexible rings called annuli. These allow the swaying movement due to the force of water current. The perisarc of hydranth is termed as hydrotheca and that of gonozoids called gonotheca. See here, you can see it is not clear, but complete body of this Obelia is surrounded by perisarc, and in between annuli, these lines are called annuli. Morphology of gastrozoids. Gastrozoids of Obelia are feeding polyp. It feed the whole colony. Its function is feeding. It is a tubular diploblastic zooid with central gastrovascular cavity continuous with the coenosarcal canal. Polyp is attached to hydrocalus by a hollow stalk, while its distal end is produced into a colonial elevation called manubrium or hypostome. The apical portion of the manubrium bears a terminal mouth encircled by numerous long solid tentacles. These are 24, often loaded with nematoblasts. The perisarc of gastrozoid called hydrotheca is transparent, cup-shaped, invaginated as a platform or shelf at the base of the gastrozoids for polyp to rest. See here in this diagram you can see very clearly hydrotheca or gonozoid. These are tentacles are also present. Hypostome is present. Upon hypostome, manubrium is present. Then gastrozoid. Gastrozoid is also present here. See this right side one. Hydrotheca collectively form hydranth. In case of any emergent situation, the polyp can withdraw itself into the hydrotheca and the tentacles fold over the manubrium, covering the mouth. The presence of shelf prevents the polyp to retract into hydrocalus. The annuli of the perisarc present around the stalk of polyp allow the swaying movements due to force of water currents. Next, gonozoid, also called blastozoid or blastocyle, are cylindrical rod-like reproductive bodies present in the axils of hydrocalus and stacks of gastrozoids. Gonozoids are less in number than gastrozoids. These are present only in the proximal part of the colony. It has reduced gastrovascular cavity and is devoid of mouth and tentacles. It thus cannot feed and receive food digested by the gastrozoids and transported through the gastrovascular cavity. Like other parts of the colony, gonozoids are also enclosed in a perisarc called gonotheca and is constricted distally, constricted by annules. See here, this is gonotheca surrounding medusa. Birds also present in this gonozoid. Next, It is constricted distally and annuli proximally. Apical part of the gonotheca has an opening called gonopore through which these matured medusae they escape. Gonozoid produce numerous small medusae or gonophores by asexual process of budding. Mature medusae detach from the gonozoids and escape into the surrounding water through gonopore. The gastrozoids, gonopores and gonotheca collectively form gonantia. Okay. Medusa is radially symmetrical, umbrella-like, which measures 6 to 7 mm in diameter. The outer surface of medusa is known as exumbellar and inner surface concave part is subumbellar. Has a short manubrium and quadrangular mouth at its distal end and hangs from the center to the subumbellar surface. Medusa is a crassipodoid type. Its edge is produced inwards into insignificant rudimentary velum. The margins of medusa bear initially 16 short contractile tentacles, which gradually increase in number. The mouth open into short gullet, then into stomach, then to radial canals, then mark 4 parradii. These radial canal extend till the margins of umbrella, opens into circular and running parallel to the margin. Okay. The radius bisecting 2 parradii is called interradius, 4 in number, and that bisecting parradius is adjacent interradii is terminated as adradius. They are 8 in numbers. The tentacles present at the end of these radii are named accordingly, such as parradial tentacles, interradial tentacles, and so on. Whole system of canal is lined by inner layer of gastrodermis, and both extraumbellar and subumbellar surfaces are covered by epidermis. This is the structure of medusa. You can see very clearly 4 radial canals you can see here. Adradial and parradial, they are not much seen, but in reality they are present. Okay, the surrounding the body tentacles are present. Nervous system consists of 2 diffuse nerve nets which are concentrated around the margins of umbrella and form 2 circular nerve rings. 8 receptor organs called statocysts are present at the base of adradial tentacles. These are for balancing and coordination and equilibrium. Medusa possess 4 gonads on the subumbellar surface. These are parradial in position, and each of these present in the middle of each radial canal. These are dioecious, male and female medusae being separate individuals. This is structure of medusa, lateral view. Okay, can you see here the tentacles and the radial canals and the mouth, manubrium, the central statocyst. Okay, then locomotion in obelia, movement in polyps. The polyploid colony of obelia is sessile and attached to the substratum. It does not move from place to place. However, polyps exhibit certain movements under the force of water currents due to the presence of annuli in the perisarx. Polyps can also undergo contraction and extension because of presence of longitudinal and circular muscles in their body wall. Locomotion in medusa. Hydropropulsion. Medusae are free swimming, so they generally swim in water jet propulsion method. Contraction and expansion of bell muscles. Alternatively closes and opens the bell, which forces water out of the subumbellar cavity downwards and propels the body in upward direction. The contraction of epidermal muscle tails of the subumbellar surface helps the closure of bell cavity. While opening, the bell is brought about by elastic mesoglea and contraction of muscle tails in the middle of upper surface. This kind of jet propulsion method is called hydropropulsion. Next, by passive drifting. Medusae also drift and float passively in seawater under the force of strong water currents and wind. This mesoglea of Medusae provides them buoyancy and helps in floating. Nutrition. Nutrition in polyps, gastrozooids or nutritozoids of the Obelia colony, primarily carnivorous, feed upon small crustaceans, tadpoles, worms, insects, larvae. They capture food with the help of nematocysts present in the tentacles. The food is pushed into gastrovascular cavity through mouth. There are proteolytic enzymes are secreted, and gastrodermal gland cells partially digest the food. This semi-digested food is engulfed by the food vacuoles of the nutritive cells for complete digestion. So, the digestion is both extracellular, means in the gastrodermal cavity. Intracellular means food vacuoles digestion. Okay. The digested products of food are distributed throughout the body by cell to cell diffusion. Okay. With the help of flagella of gastrodermal cells. The transportation of food. The gastrovascular cavity thus serving for both digestion and transportation of food. The undigested food material is adjusted through the mouth of gastrozooids. Nutrition in Medusa. The process of feeding is similar to that of polyps. These are carnivorous, capture food with the help of tentacles and with the nematocysts. As in polyps, the food is digested by both extracellular and intracellular, but exclusively in stomach. The digested food is distributed to whole body. Next, respiration. No respiratory organs, simple diffusion through body surface. Okay. This diffusion takes place during the circulation of water in the polyps or medusa. Excretion and osmoregulation is also by simple diffusion. Okay. Diffuses through body wall. Sense organ, statocysts, Obelia, polyps of Obelia. They do not require any sense organs because they stay at single place attaching to the substratum. But free swimming zooids require these statocysts. These statocysts are for balancing. Okay, balancing organs. These are fluid filled structures which are lined by sensory epithelial cells. The basal part of the cells is connected to nerve cells while the inner ends bear sensory process. The cavity of statocysts contains round particles of calcium carbonate called statoliths or otoliths. These particles are movable and is secreted by large cells, lithocytes, called lithocytes. Functions of statocysts helps in balance and equilibrium of medusa. While swimming, medusa tilts the movable particles of statoliths rolls over the tilted side and the presses against the sensory process. The stimulated cells transmit the nerve impulse to the nerve ring which is connected to the muscle tails. The nerve impulse causes the rapid contraction of the muscle tails of the stimulated side, regaining the original position of medusa. Reproduction in Obelia, asexual and sexual. Asexual is polyps reproduce asexually by the process of budding. On the blastocysts, medusae buds are produced. After maturing, these medusae they escape from gonopore and swim freely in the water find a substratum and attaches there and develops into a colony. Sexual reproduction. Obelia takes place. Medusa state. The male and female medusa being separate, these medusae produce ova and sperms, release them into the water, where fertilization takes place externally, means in the water. Then fertilization occurs inside the body of female medusa. Fertilization is internal. Sperms enter into the female medusa. Okay. Then fertilization occurs and cleavage takes place. Equal cleavage, complete and equal cleavage. Morula is formed. Then blastocells surrounded by loosely arranged blastomeres called coeloblastula. Then gradually planula larva is formed. Which is double layered. It is having cilia surrounding its body, ectoderm and inner endodermal cells. It actively swims in water and helps in dispersal of species. After a short period of time, larva settles down and attaches itself to the substratum by one of its ends. The attached end forms the basal disc, while the mouth is surrounded by tentacles is formed distal end. This sessile stage is termed as hydrula stage. It resembles a hydra. So gradually hydra undergoes asexual reproduction repeatedly and converts into adult obelia colony. See here the life cycle. This is medusa. These are 4 gonads. These gonads fertilize the egg. Then planula larva is formed. Fertilization is here you can see fertilization is external. Then planula larva settles and develops into obelia colony. So alternation of generation, where asexual phase is alternated by sexual phase. Okay, this is this phenomena of alternation between 2 diploid phases is termed as metagenesis. This is also life cycle, another diagram. See, you can draw this very clearly. And polymorphism, I will explain you in detail in another class. Okay, I think you understood my class. Thank you very much. Okay.